The first item on the scope statement component detail list was project objectives. Schedule can be measured in days, and the variance of the actual to planned schedule can be a quantifiable criteria. Cost can be measured in dollars or some other monetary unit, and the variance is also a quantifiable criteria. Quality targets may be defined by the business and may be measured through tracking the number of product defects against some quantity of units. Think of objectives as quantifiable and that they describe the what the project is supposed to accomplish or produce. To help you document your objectives, remember the SMART acronym, which goes as follows. S is for specific, meaning objectives should be specific and written in clear, concise, and understandable terms. M is for measurable, in that they should also be measurable. A is for accurate, which means that objectives should be accurate and should describe precisely what's required. R is for realistic and tangible, meaning that objectives are impossible to accomplish if they're not realistic and not attainable. And T is for time-bound. Objectives should have a time frame with an end date assigned to them. The product scope description describes the characteristics of the product, service, or result of the project. It can be referenced from the project charter and duplicated into the scope statement. Just as an aside, some of the sections of your scope statement may already exist in either the project charter or the preliminary scope statement. Don't reinvent the wheel. Copy and paste the sections in and modify the wording or add detail as necessary. Project deliverables are the outcomes of the project or one of its phases. It includes results, items, or documents. According to the PMBOK, it is a unique and verifiable product or result or service performed. Other project requirements describe the characteristics of the deliverables and their functionality. This might include dimensions, color, functionality, or any other specific description of the product or service expected. It describes specific conditions that must be met by the product or service produced, and it quantifies the wants, needs, and expectations of the stakeholders. The requirements should also prioritize the wants, needs, and expectations of the stakeholders, and these are gathered from the stakeholder interviews and project documentation, such as the project charter. And this is the final description of all requirements and deliverables to be produced. Anything that surfaces after scope sign-off is a change request. We have more project scope statement components to discuss. We'll conclude their descriptions in the next section.